Good news for drivers in LA. The 10 freeway is open earlier than expected, but the person who caused the delays is still on the loose. Plus, holiday travel getting into full swing when you might want to avoid the roads if you can this week. You are watching The Rundown. I'm Adrian Arambulo, and we have great news for people driving around downtown LA. The 10 freeway is back open. Welcome news for so many people. The closure had hundreds of thousands of people scrambling to find another way around town. Often took a lot of extra time. Now, the challenge to commute started a little over a week ago when a massive fire damaged the 10 freeway. We were initially told the repair job would take 3 to 5 weeks, but things moved much faster than expected, and the freeway reopened Sunday night.
This was a union job, and they came in weeks and weeks ahead of schedule. And so you can be assured of one thing: safety first, quality, foundational in this effort. It wasn't just speed that we were after. We wanted to make sure this thing was safe.
Senator Alex Padilla says the estimated cost for repairs expected to be in the $3 million range, which is how much was secured in emergency funding from the federal government last week. Governor Newsom said it would be in the low millions. Either way, it's being paid for by federal funds. And CAL FIRE released pictures of the man that they believe may have set the fire underneath the 10. A man described as being 6 feet tall with black hair, had a knee brace on his right knee, and visible burn injuries to his left leg. If you know who the man is, you are asked to call the CAL FIRE arson hotline, the number right there on your screen. Well, you're going to have to be extra patient this week. Tens of thousands of people are getting an early start to their Thanksgiving holiday travel. The airport anticipating over 200,000 passengers per day this holiday week. And from the skies to the roads, AAA says this Thanksgiving, more than 4.5 million people in Southern California will travel 50 miles or more to their destination. Wednesday is going to be the busiest day again, the vast majority driving to their destinations.
We know that the traffic is going to be extremely heavy on our freeways beginning Tuesday, peaking on Wednesday afternoon, the day before Thanksgiving. And then the traffic will also be heavy on the Sunday following Thanksgiving.
The Auto Club expects to help 90,000 stranded drivers during the holidays, so be sure to check out your car before getting on the road. And here is what drivers can expect to pay at the pump if they're filling up. In LA County, a gallon of gas costs an average of $5.08. In Orange County, it is $4.93, 3 cents cheaper than that in Riverside County. And drivers in San Bernardino can expect to pay about $4.88. In Ventura County, $5.18. Well, if you're looking to do some shopping this week, keep in mind several major stores will be closed on Thanksgiving. Target, Sam's Club, Best Buy, Macy's, Walmart, among the growing list of stores that will not be open Thursday. Walgreens will also close its stores, but most of its 24-hour locations will stay open. Meteorologist Belinda Leon is here now with how long the Santa Ana winds are set to stick around.
We're headed into a holiday week. You know, we're supposed to take things easy, but unfortunately Mother Nature is gonna bring some strong winds, especially for Monday and Tuesday. The Santa Anas are back. The temperatures, those are gonna be warming because of those offshore winds through the middle of the week, and fire danger will be elevated. Now, as we get closer to Thanksgiving, we'll have some changes. Temperatures will be coming down. But until then, we have to hold on. A high wind warning will be in effect for those typical Santa Ana wind-prone spots through Tuesday morning. You can expect gusts between 65 to 75 miles per hour for places that are under this high wind warning. Now, a sample of the temperatures in the coming days, we have 71 for the start of the week. On Tuesday for Riverside, we'll warm into the 80s. Now on Wednesday, we hang on to the toasty temperatures. We get a break from the winds, and as we head into Thanksgiving, we're looking at temperatures that are going to be much cooler with highs mostly in the low 70s and the return of the marine layer.
All right, and a celebration of life for former First Lady Rosalynn Carter will take place in Georgia next week. She passed away Sunday at the age of 96. She was Jimmy Carter's partner, best friend, and closest advisor in and out of the White House. Her devotion to public service continued well past her time as First Lady. She was committed to several social causes, including programs that supported mental health, human rights, and the needs of the elderly.
There's so many opportunities, and if I don't use the influence I have to help those people who need help, I think that's a terrible waste.
In a statement, former President Carter said, "As long as Rosalynn was in the world, I always knew somebody loved and supported me." There will be a public viewing at the Jimmy Carter Presidential Library and Museum November 27th. Her funeral will take place Wednesday, November 29th. LA County is offering rent relief for so-called small landlords. More than $46 million is available to qualifying owners whose tenants fell behind on rent payments during the pandemic. Now, those who own 4 or fewer rental units can receive up to $30,000 per unit. Expenses can date back from April of last year to present time. The goal is to reduce evictions and keep small businesses around. Applications open mid-December. And veterinarians are searching for the cause of a mysterious and potentially deadly respiratory illness in dogs. It's already been reported in California and several other states. The illness starts off as a cough that can last for several weeks, but many dogs aren't responding to treatments like antibiotics.
Where we're seeing these cases come from in our hospital are from dogs that have been at boarding facilities or at doggy daycare. And with the holidays coming up, people being more inclined to board their dogs as they go on vacation, as they go see family, I am worried about it getting much worse.
Now, the illness can leave pets struggling to breathe, and with severe pneumonia, veterinarians are concerned about cases rising during the holidays. The historic hangar in Tustin that's still smoldering from a recent fire continues to be a health risk, and that's why officials are going to be handing out N95 masks. Meanwhile, Orange County Animal Care says it is temporarily closing on-site operations to the public because of the wind and the potential for more debris to spread. The shelter is closing its doors out of an abundance of caution through at least Tuesday. Animal care staff will be on site both days, but they will remain indoors. MasterCard is strengthening its measures to detect and prevent fraud through cryptocurrency exchanges. The company says it's partnered with the tech platform FeedZai to combat these crimes using artificial intelligence. The duo will work through MasterCard's Cipher Trace Armada platform to monitor transactions. FeedZai says it'll also be looking for money laundering and other suspicious activity. Its data finds about 40% of scams come directly from a bank account to crypto exchange. Global pop star Shakira will no longer have to go to trial for tax fraud charges. She reached a last-minute deal Sunday night with the government of Spain to settle this case. Spanish authorities had accused her of failing to pay taxes on millions in euros, or 16 million in U.S. dollars, between 2012 and 2014. Now, prosecutors allege that the Colombian singer spent more than half of that time in Spain and therefore should have paid taxes on her worldwide income in the country. As part of the deal, Shakira will avoid potential prison, but she'll have to pay a fine of roughly $8 million. And just in time for Thanksgiving, an Inland Empire community is saying a big thank you to public school teachers who go above and beyond for our students. Educators at Harrison Elementary School in Riverside received the recognition they so richly deserve at a teacher appreciation event hosted by California Baptist University last week. Many of the dedicated teachers don't typically get fanfare like this, despite going above and beyond for their students day in and day out. But we caught up with a 4th grade teacher who was honored at this event, and she tells us that she tries to make math more fun by helping her students look for ways to use math in real-life situations.
Is when we plan a field trip for our grade level, my classroom is in charge of the planning. So they need to figure out like how much it's going to cost for us to go, like how many buses we're going to need. It has to do with their life. Like they're planning it, they're in charge of it, and then they see the purpose of why we're learning what we're learning in class.
Now, the teachers were celebrated with breakfast, coffee, giveaways, and a raffle of gift cards. The 34th Annual Mariachi Festival took over Boyle Heights Sunday. The party wrapped up late Sunday night, but throughout the day, local and international mariachi bands performed for the crowd, celebrating the feast of Santa Cecilia.
So Santa Cecilia is the patron saint of the mariachis. Since 1950, our mariachis have been here in Boyle, and every year they honor her with a procession in the morning. 200 mariachis get together along with the local high schools, and they sing Las Mañanitas and procession around the neighborhood.
Organizers say the event provides a place for the community to gather and celebrate these performances. Well, for 116 years, the LA Auto Show has captured the imagination of car fans with the latest and greatest on 4 wheels on display. And this year, no exception. NBC4's Gordon Tokumatsu gives us a look inside.
You can skip the line if you're our big winner.
If you could sum up this year's LA Auto Show in 2 letters, they might be E and V. From brand new models unveiled for the first time to collector classics like this retrofitted 1972 VW van. Much faster than the original.
Twice the horsepower.
The electric car wave has arrived, and car fanatics like Ben Robertson and Marcus Carter are surfing it right to shore.
I've been electric for 10 years, so I love electric vehicles.
I'm hybrid. I'm getting there.
You're getting there.
Baby steps, yeah.
For the first time in the history of the show, every automaker has an all-electric on the floor.
The auto show's marketing director says with every passing year, consumer trepidation about EVs has grown smaller and smaller. Where can it get charged? How long will that take?
Oh, I wonder what the range is on it.
Questions like these are being answered by the cars themselves as they roll off the assembly lines, like this VW ID Buzz, a nod to the company's popular Volkswagen buses in the past. It comes out in late 2024, but Ben and Marcus already like what they're seeing.
You're starting to see the industry figure it out.
There's a celebrity twist to this collection, 6 cars that belong to Iron Man himself, being given away in a raffle for a good cause. All of these cars have been driven by Mr. Downey.
Yeah, he owned all of them. He wanted to modify all his cars in an eco-friendly way.
Car builder Chris Mazzilli's team outfitted them especially for actor Robert Downey Jr. He replaced some of their gas combustion engines with all-electric motors. Just imagine heading up the 405 in this 72 bus with no exhaust, no noise, and no gas to pay for.
Money goes to a very great cause to make the earth greener, and you can win one of these very cool cars.
One big feature this year, an all-electric test track where you can get behind the wheel and find out what all the fuss is about. No noise, no pollution, and it's 1 mile long. At the LA Convention Center, Gordon Tokumatsu, NBC4 News.
Well, Thanksgiving's still a few days away, but it's going to feel a lot like Christmas when Union Station in downtown LA lights up their Christmas tree. So this is video from last year's event when Santa himself lit the tree. This year, some guests from the North Pole said to be in attendance once again. All right, we can all admit it, after the turkey, the stuffing, the mashed potatoes, the gravy, all the other side dishes, there is always room for pie on Thanksgiving. Sometimes 2, sometimes 3 slices, right? But which one, you might be wondering, ranks as the most popular? Google Trends finds that most of the nation favors pumpkin or apple pie for the holiday. Californians tend to go for pumpkin. There's some other regional favorites as well. The mountain states prefer key lime. The Midwest likes fruit and custard pies. Some lesser-known pies that are favorites include grape and shoe fly pie. Shoe fly pie, we learned today, made from molasses. You can always get news and weather updates on the NBCLA app and on our website, NBCLA.com. And be sure to tune in to Today in LA on NBC4, weekdays from 4 to 7 a.m. Thank you once again for watching The Rundown.